India has the capacity to develop these technologies independently without really having to put the local industry at a disadvantage. What's more, these companies have existed in India for a long time. Many have been here for decades. In fact, a large section of this audience, I mean, some section would believe that some of these are really Indian companies simply because they've been here for decades. But look at it this way. Right from the time a child is born, a diaper is used, a baby, every little purchase that you make, money goes out of the country, money goes out of the country. Let's look at, I think I may be running out of time, so I'll just quickly rush through some slides. We've talked about patent disputes. This is too well known. Let's look at patent rankings since, for 15 years, 85 to 90. China was just getting into the act. In 15 years, China had already climbed from number 57 to number 26. US was really at the top of the scale even then. But you can see that since China opened up for patent filing, its ascent was really remarkable. What's more, they were migrating from a cost-effective solution provider to somebody, to a provider of good value, to really an innovator. So we can see that if Japan's rise was steep, Taiwan's rise was steeper, Korea's was still steeper, and China's was absolutely unprecedented. I mean, there was a time when some of these companies, LG used to be known as, LG would be low grade, but not anymore. You can't really call LG low grade anymore. So, if you really start patent filing in the countries that are of interest to you, it gives you a unique bargaining position into markets that you may wish to develop further. For example, a Chinese company may wish to file for patents in the US and in Europe and in Japan and Taiwan, though immediate doing business in those areas may not form part of immediate strategy. Many countries have really recognized this also. So foreign companies are racing to file patents in Japan. And we believe at ITC that we should be filing in China too. Look at it this way, the tobacco market in the world, the largest market is China. They produce 30% of the world's tobacco, they consume 30% of the world's tobacco. No Philip Morris in the world, no British American Tobacco, no Japan Tobacco Institute can compete with the Japanese tobacco industry. What are the benefits to Chinese companies from owning non-Chinese patents? It offers a unique bargaining position. It is very much possible to achieve world-class high technology leadership inside China, outside China on the basis of technology and using the power of economics to really pitch that technology into creating strategic patents. So what are the key drivers? I think just 2 or 3 slides remaining. The key drivers are information technologies, life science technologies, biotech, pharmaceuticals, agrotechnology. There are pressures and opportunities from regulation and regulatory. It's also obvious that a greater amount of technology innovations are happening per product. There are a variety of globalization trends. Bottom line is this, IP assets are really becoming the strategic trading cards for multinational collaborations and competitions. So if ITC has to do business on the global stage, we really need to do patent filings at a global stage. Okay, I think this we can skip. To conclude, IP assets are recognized to be a fast-growing asset chain. They have strategic implications for countries and corporations, financial implications for economies and capital markets. There are huge imbalances between developed and developing economies. Some economies have excess past IP, some have deficit past IP. And corporations such as ITC must manage the long-term transitions in patent assets by getting more from their past investments or acquiring or strategically selling so as to rebalance the IP mix and to keep it fresh and contemporary. Lastly, global IP strategies must really be domain-specific, business-specific, sensitive to arbitrages, differences in patent law, patent litigation, and they must be amenable to scale up so as to really give you the power, the economies of scale. That's all I really wanted to say. Thank you for your time and attention.